After Russia unilaterally withdrew from the Black Sea Grain Initiative in July 2023, Ukraine announced the start of the Sea Corridor. Russia began massive shelling of Ukrainian port infrastructure and grain storage facilities. Kyiv managed not only to establish navigation in the Black Sea, but also to ensure its safety.
Amazing Ukraine. In the face of Russia's continuing attacks, Ukraine has sent over 2,000 ships carrying more than 56,000 million tons of exports, feeding the world and boosting Ukraine's economy via the Black Sea humanitarian corridor. Here is what Ukrainians can do. Bridget A. Brink, United States ambassador to Ukraine on social network X.
Ukraine's defense forces are systematically destroying the Federation's Black Sea fleet. Ukraine, which does not have large warships at its disposal, is using unmanned military boats to attack Russian vessels and also strike fleet facilities and other military targets in the Russian-occupied Crimea.
Almost all the main combat-capable ships have been withdrawn by the enemy from the main base of the Black Sea Fleet, and the ships are stored in Novorossiysk, and some of them are in the Sea of Azov. Oleksiy Nyshpapa, commander of the Navy of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, in an interview with Reuters.
Turkey, along with the UN, was a member of the Black Sea Grain Initiative before Russia withdrew. At a meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, President Erdogan said that he had started work on the resumption of the grain agreement. Following the meeting, President Zelensky wrote,
"We are preparing to hold a conference in Turkey on food security and freedom of navigation as part of the Peace Summit implementation." Volodymyr Zelensky, President of Ukraine, on Telegram. I think this conference is just going to talk about making trade transparent, making trade fast, making it cheap, and thus getting grain to poor countries quickly and efficiently.
Food security is one of the points of the Ukrainian peace formula and an important part of the communiqué following a peace summit in Switzerland. The document was signed by most major importers of Ukrainian food, but some countries stayed aside of the agreement. Experts explain such passivity by the super pragmatic nature of the grain market.
We see this in the nature of importers in the Middle East. In terms of Russian grain, stolen Ukrainian grain, they don't really care where that grain comes from. The importing countries, they are very passive in this diplomatic arena. In terms of food specifically, I mean African countries, they perhaps, because of the weakness of institutions, they only care that the population gets accessible, cheap and quality food.
In November 2022, in partnership with the UN World Food Programme, Kyiv launched the Grain from Ukraine program, which was joined by more than 30 countries and international organizations. Since then, Ukraine has exported more than 220,000 tons of agricultural products. The Grain from Ukraine initiative has been able to provide food to people in countries that have felt the consequences of Russia's aggression against Ukraine acutely and were on the verge of starvation.
In the first half of 2024, we have already delivered shipments of wheat flour to Sudan, wheat to Nigeria, split peas to Mauritania, Djibouti, Mozambique and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Now some of the humanitarian cargoes are being sent to Malawi and other recipient states. Ukraine plans to expand the program to other regions of the world. Possible deliveries to Haiti, Chad, Cameroon, Tanzania, Djibouti and other countries are already being discussed. Andriy Yermak, head of the Office of the President of Ukraine, on Telegram.
According to the Ukrainian Foreign Ministry, the consequences of Russia's war against Ukraine were felt by 400 million people around the world. Russia destroyed 300,000 tons of Ukrainian grain. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Andriy Dmitrenko, UATV News.